Good evening, everybody. Lovely to see you. I hope you're all very well. You've had a good day. Welcome to week 9 full choir rehearsal, part 2. And this is a big one, folks. This is part 2 of Elijah. This is the first time anyone's heard these Fieri tracks outside the Fieri Consort and me. Mark hasn't even heard these, so this is going to be an absolute corker. It really is. I was listening to the tracks, obviously having to load them up into my little stream deck down here, ready to trigger them. And honestly, I don't know if you're here yet, Fieri. Hannah, if you're here, we'll certainly be talking about your performance. But my goodness me, if you thought part 1 was good, folks, part 2 is unbelievable. And such fire, as you might expect from an ensemble called the Fieri Consort. So perhaps tonight, and I've been waiting all day to share this with you, so hang on. We won't have fiery chariots, we shall have Fieri chariots with Fieri horses. Thank you very much indeed, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be here all week and for the last 8. Oh dear. I'm going to have a little sip of coffee. How is everybody? Wow, goodness me, 131 online so far, only 55 likes, folks. Can we get that sneaking up a little bit? So who's just here? Hello, Donna. Looking forward to it. Brilliant. Hi, Diane and Dave. Hope Jill's well. Hello, Sally. Hello, Graham. How's the weather in Devon? Hi, Christine. Great to see you. Missed you all day, says Christine. Yeah, it was like that here. It's been okay. It's been all right. Hello, Diane and George. Long time no see. Yeah, it's been, what, a couple of hours? And, you know, all of you in America, how are you? Much going on at the moment? Seems pretty quiet to me. Every time I turn on the news, they don't mention your country at all. I genuinely think that the best thing to do with your time is to come and sing, okay? Really. If you think about it, you could spend, I've said this a number of times, you could spend a lot of time just pressing refresh on your phone. I think that's what everybody's doing. What's the point, folks? What's the point? Let's have a sing, okay? So in about 7 minutes, we'll get started with part 2 of Elijah. It's absolutely phenomenal. I do need to let you folks know, and I'll say this again at 5 o'clock. Here in the UK, on the 5th of November, there is an annual celebration, which is known in various ways as either Bonfire Night, Guy Fawkes Night. Those of you in the States, it's a kind of a Independence Day level event, okay, in that everybody sets fireworks off. Now, if I lived in a quiet little suburb, maybe, or maybe out in the country, you might hear 1 or 2 pops. I live, however, ladies and gentlemen, in Patchway in South Gloucestershire, and the denizens of Patchway, well, they like to celebrate with a lot of noise. When Christmas rolls around, the houses in the local area are bedecked, is the word, with lights and so on. And so the sun is just about sneaking down. We haven't heard any pops yet, but in the next 10 minutes, all hell's is going to break loose out there. So whilst conducting, I'm going to have to do this and turn down. And so I'll be conducting along and mouthing along, but here I'll be hearing Elijah, but it'll be like a cross between Elijah and the 1812 overture, I suspect. Extraordinarily loud. And I'll do my best to not let it spoil the flow. I might turn it up a little bit for Woe to Him. What do you think? Woe to Him with fireworks. I think maybe that's the way to go. Anyway, how is everybody? So, there's Helena Brill. Thanks for your incredible mix. Oh, is that Josh? Has Josh turned up? Are you there, Josh? Let's scroll up, see if I can find you. How about everybody? He's not here yet. I'm pretty sure that Josh from Fieri is going to pop up at some point. And do me a favour, ladies and gentlemen, when Josh from Fieri, Josh Cooter, who is a tenor in Fieri, wonderful voice, and an incredible sound engineer, as we have heard, when he appears, would you give him all of the praise, all of the love that you can spare in emoji form, word form, however you want to do it, okay, but just knock him down with your love, because honestly, the work that he's put in. I had a chat with him today, and folks, I'm sure you appreciate I've been making music in this form digitally and so on for a while. I've done a few of these videos. I've done a couple of little things called like Messiah, when you send in a sound recording and you mix it. So I know the time that something like this takes. And my goodness me, to do all of Elijah and then edit and mix it all on a computer is weeks and weeks and weeks of work. So I had a lovely chat with Josh, and I passed on, I hope you don't mind, on your behalf, I'm sure you don't mind, I passed on everybody's thanks to him. And bless him, he was a little bit taken aback, I think, but so just show him, okay? When he arrives and he says hello, show him you love him. All right, and there's going to be lots and lots of lovely Fieri people along, I think. Of course, we will have Ashley with us on Saturday. Now, we're going to you're going to have to temper your reaction, ladies, okay? We don't want the Beatles equivalent, just lines and lines and lines of just capital E. It's Ashley E. Mind you, I wouldn't blame you. Oh my goodness. I'll tell you what, folks, just wait till you hear Ashley singing The Lord Hath Exalted Thee. You know this one in G minor, this you know that one where he sings, "But thou, Ahab," and so on. Just listen to the way Ashley sings Ahab. He manages to get a tone of both disdain and disgust in his voice without sound losing any clarity or pitch or anything. Oh my goodness me. I'm going to have to try really hard not to laugh. He's so good. He's so good. Oh dear. So, how are we doing? Hope Gilbert... No, Gilbert's not going to be around today, Steph. Sorry. No, he is... he's hiding in the back room because we've had a couple of fireworks go off. So he's sleeping the sleep of the guilty. Okay, fabulous. How are we doing? Funny compares to Beatles and Rave, definitely. Lave Josh with our thanks. Excellent. That's a good idea, Lisa. Very good idea. Will we hear chanting "Not Tonight," Mark? Because we don't have "It Is Enough." And it's a solo number. So we're going to save all of the solo arias, all of the special treats, the cello solo. That is for Saturday. Okay? We've got to have something to look forward to. Something to get us through the next couple of days. I mean, after all, ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to upset anybody, but tomorrow night, 5 o'clock, there's no Elijah rehearsal. That feels weird, doesn't it? After 9 weeks, I said to Anna, tomorrow night I don't have a rehearsal at 5. She went, what? I said, I do have one at 7 for Lift Thine Eyes, but not one at 5 o'clock. There we go. Progress. Oh dear. Kathy says, I would love for Ashley to be Samson. Now, there's only one problem with that. Okay, it's a brilliant idea, but the part of Samson is sung by a tenor. However, there is a character in Samson called Harafa, and if there was ever a voice to suit the part of Harafa, it would be Ashley Rich's. He's the big, muscle-bound guy who comes and challenges Samson, and he sings this this aria. It goes, "Honoured and arms, scorn such a foe, scorn such a foe." He sings, "Though I could end thee at a blow." It's a really, really kind of gutsy, grunting sort of solo. Lots and lots of scales and arpeggios, and Ashley would be amazing. But, you know, we're way off choosing solos yet. Way off choosing solos, but it's a great idea to ask him. Have to see if we can find it in the budget. I think we'll need to get... I've gone out of focus again. I'm getting so excited by the music. I'm going all Vaseline. Is that better? There we go. Sorry, folks. The problem is the light levels. And my camera, it's a good camera, but it seems every time I move around, it struggles to focus. There we go. It's all right. My students had problems focusing on me as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we are nearly at 5 o'clock. So we're going to be getting started. Thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. Thank you for your lovely comments and for your company in those wonderful comments. Now, do, as always, please keep chatting. If it's your first time here, if you've only joined us recently, or if you've never left a comment in the YouTube comments, please consider saying hello and meeting all of your fellow choristers. And if you haven't hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen, well, come on. We're about to start the second half of Elijah. It's sung by the Fieri Consort. It's Ashley Rich's. I'm waving my arms in front of you. Come on, it's worth a thumbs up. So click that button for us. And I'm going to say thank you very much indeed for all of your lovely comments. And we're going to say goodbye to them for now. So thank you very much. And back you came. And off we went again. Fabulous. So, ladies and gentlemen of the Self-Isolation Choir, welcome to the last Thursday evening performance, or last Thursday evening rehearsal for Elijah. We have been working solidly and steadily through this work since the beginning of September, And yesterday, as you know, we sang through part 1, just the choruses with the wonderful Fieri Consort. And then this morning, the wonderful ring of the email bell to tell me that the last tracks had arrived. We now have part 2 ready to go. So we're going to be starting in just a few moments. I'm just going to turn the sound up ever so slightly here on the microphone. And so we're not going to do a detailed warm-up, ladies and gentlemen. That's largely down to the fact we don't have a huge amount of time and there's a lot of music to get through. Tonight is all about the choruses only, so there will be no arias, maybe a couple little bits of solo singing. We're saving all that, of course, for Saturday. There is no Elijah rehearsal tomorrow, and then we're singing it through with all these amazing arias and so on Saturday evening. So everybody, if I could invite you, if you're able to stand up, we'll just do a very, very quick sort of cursory warm-up. If you haven't had a chance to warm up yet, pause the stream, give your voice a chance to kind of get into the mode, because we're going to be starting with Be Not Afraid, which is a big sing. But I think just to loosen ourselves up a little bit, so if you are already standing, that's great. If you haven't stood up yet, please do so. Make your shoulders nice and straight and your back nice and long and your neck nice and long as well. And just take in a few deep breaths in and out. Do we have Fieri Consort here yet? Oh, fabulous. Well done, everybody. Okay. Blow the air away from you. Fabulous. Roll the shoulders around a little bit, please. Great. Roll it back the other way. And bring them up to your ears. Take a deep breath and let your shoulders fall. Splendid. Roll your head around, please. Just loosen up those muscles. Great. Take a deep breath. Gather up any negative emotions, anything you're stressed about, and blow it all away from you. Wonderful. Well done, everybody. Just a couple of very straightforward little patterns. So we'll go up and down the fifth, and we're going to hum to begin with. So hum with me, please, everybody. And... now, ooh. Okay, basses and altos drop down the octave, tenors, sopranos stay where you are. Let's carry on now to air and air, and again air, fabulous. Where do we get to? I've just lost my place. Okay, there we are. Let's go up a semitone. Let's have an arpeggio. So it's sing ya 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 and ya 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 ya, and again ya 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 ya, and again ya 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 ya, and one more, just a nice legato up and down. So we sing with me and lovely, very nice. Thank you very much indeed. Okay, so everybody, we will be starting in just a moment. Please make sure you've got drinks ready, okay, to make sure you stay hydrated throughout the session. We won't be pausing between movements for any particular length of time, except when I have to give you notes or just talk a little bit about what's coming up. Now, of course, one more thing before we start tonight, please remember I'm not expecting people to be in any way note perfect or even necessarily ready to sing this on a performance level, okay? I know we've spent the last 8 weeks looking at this, but just consider you've had about an hour and a half in total of teaching, 2 hours a week on this to do the entire work, and we haven't gone over it again and again and again. So this weekend is your first chance to sing it through, but then of course you have all these recordings of these sessions to practice along with, and if you want to record, you can rehearse and record and rehearse and record and get it to the point where you're happy with it. And everybody else, you've now got till February after this weekend to become really familiar with it, and then we sing it on our world tour and singing it 3 times in one day, which is going to be absolutely mad and really exciting. Okay, so that's the first thing to say. Second thing, ladies and gentlemen, is Mendelssohn's music, as I hope you all agree now, is remarkable. He is an incredible composer, I think, to be lauded at the same sort of level as Mozart and Schubert and any of these composers, you know, Mahler, Korngold, these amazing composers who showed such power as composers as youngsters. And so what Mendelssohn gives us here in this wonderful array of choruses is all these different moods, all these different emotions, all these different ways of feeling. And that's one of the things about romantic music, as opposed to Baroque music, which is not cold, but it doesn't inspire, it certainly doesn't encourage a lot of emotion in its performance, at least not in the way it was crafted. When you sing this, no matter how you're feeling, use the music. So when it comes up to a really angry one, take any frustration you're feeling today, whatever's going on in your life, take that frustration and sing it out. When you're singing Be Not Afraid, as we're about to start with in a minute, sing to your fellow choristers. Okay, many of us are in lockdown around the world. Use this music and you will get everything that Mendelssohn intended. Okay, this was written for people to express themselves. So that's enough from me. We're going to sing. As I said to those who were here slightly early, we're about to have bonfire night, Guy Fawkes night outside here, and there's going to be all sorts of noise. So I'm going to be turning down my microphone as I conduct, and then I'll turn it up in between. All right, everyone. So let's get started. Let's have some fun. So we're going to start with Be Not Afraid. So please turn to number 22 in your score. In our free score that we've been using all the way through, it is page 113. I'm going to give you your notes because I'm nice. There's the bass, tenor, alto, and then the soprano at the top. Of course, you get this. Okay, you get that in the fanfare, and then your notes are there. So can we please welcome the Fieri Consort with Richard Gowers on the organ, Self-Isolation Choir. Would you sing with me as we perform Be Not Afraid?
Be not afraid, saith God the Lord. Be not afraid, thy help is near. Be not afraid, thy help is near. Be not afraid, thy help is near. 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 Be not afraid, thy help is near. Thy help is near. Thy help is near. Be not afraid. Be not afraid, saith God the Lord. Be not afraid, saith God the Lord. Thy help is near. Thy help is near. The Lord thy God saith unto thee, Be not afraid. Though thousands languish and fall beside thee, and tens of thousands around thee perish, though thousands languish and fall beside thee, and tens of thousands languish and fall beside thee, and tens of thousands around thee perish. Though thousands languish and fall beside thee, and tens of thousands around thee perish, tens of thousands around thee perish. Though thousands languish and fall beside thee, yet sin cannot come nigh thee. Thousands languish and fall beside thee, sin cannot come nigh. Thousands languish and fall beside thee, yet sin cannot come nigh. Be not afraid. 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 Thy help is near. Be not afraid, for he is near. Be not afraid. Be not afraid.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, what a fantastic way to start our sing this evening. And a huge, huge thanks to the Fieri Consort and to Richard. What a brilliant, brilliant job. Oh, fabulous. I have to share with you folks, the concert that we're putting together on the for Lift Thine Eyes was almost called Be Not Afraid. It's such a wonderful, wonderful piece and so timely. So well done, everybody. I hope you enjoyed that. Now, over the page, you will find The Lord Hath Exalted Thee. Now, of course, we sing in a couple of bits here. This is the moment where Queen Jezebel gets everybody riled up and tells a whole lot of lies and gets people worked up into an angry mob, basically lying about her opponent. And so at this point, when this happens, remember, as you go through this very, very timely movement here, we heard it with our ears, you start slightly quietly, a bit curious, and as it goes, you get more and more fired up until you get to He Shall Perish, at which point you need the fire. Now, of course, I've already made this joke tonight, but we have the Fieri Consort who have really gone for the passion here, really gone for the fire, as you would hope with a group called Fieri Consort. So when we get to Woe to Him, just sing with Fieri. They have absolutely nailed this. So with Ashley singing the solo, and forgive me, folks, as I did have the name of the solos, and I'm going to make sure I get this right. So our soloists for this one is obviously Ashley Riches is singing the part of Elijah, and our very own Hannah Ely is singing the part of the Queen. So with our wonderful soloists ready, Richard in the wings to play, let's sing together The Lord Hath Exalted Thee.
The Lord hath exalted thee from among the people, and all his people Israel hath made thee king. But thou, Ahab, hast done evil to provoke him to anger above all that were before thee, as if it had been a light thing for thee to walk in the sins of Jeroboam. Thou hast made a grove and an altar to Baal, and served him and worshipped him. Thou hast killed the righteous, and also taken possession. And the Lord shall smite all Israel, as a reed is shaken in the water, and he shall give Israel up, and thou shalt know he is the Lord.
Have ye not heard he hath prophesied against all Israel?
We heard it with our
Hath he not prophesied also against the king of Israel?
heard it with
We heard it with our ears. Why hath he spoken in the name of the Lord? Doth Ahab govern the kingdom of Israel, while Elijah's power is greater than the king's? The gods do so to me and more. If by tomorrow about this time I make not his life as the life of one of them whom he hath sacrificed at the brook of
My goodness me. Wow. Wasn't that fun? Well done, Fieri. Absolutely brilliant. I've just seen, now I did have this here. I just want to say, Hannah, I was going by your email, but I was there thinking, does sound a bit Hellenish there. Well done, Helen. Brilliant job with that solo. What a fantastic Queen Jezebel, and well done, everybody. That's so good. And of course, I performed Elijah a number of times. I've been lucky enough to get to know it rather well. I've never heard it sung with that clarity and that quality. That's really amazing. Everybody at home who's going to be recording to this, I promise you won't find anything as amazing as this in terms of a resource for Elijah. This is world class. Amazing. Well done, everybody. Okay. Breathe out all of that angst, everybody. Okay? You can get rid of that. We're not the angry mob anymore. Because what we're now going to do is we're going to sing Lift Thine Eyes. So, of course, what will follow Woe to Him will be Elijah being brought low. To his absolute lowest. It is enough, O Lord, now take away my life. And that's going to be a tough thing to enjoy and listen on Saturday night, because it's going to be amazing, but it's going to be very, very emotional, everybody. So just bear in mind, you'll need tissues and a drink of water to finish that. You will have then number 27, See Now He Sleepeth Beneath a Juniper Tree in the Wilderness, to kind of gather yourselves, particularly sopranos and altos, because you're then going to need to sing Lift Thine Eyes. Now, I know we've sung it before a number of times, but this is different. This is part of a sing-through, so let's all enjoy. Now, tenors and basses, if you want to sing along, please do. Okay, there's no reason why we can't have bass angels singing along, but we'll be singing with the wonderful Fieri soloists. So, sopranos, this is number 28, altos as well, of course, number 28, 138, here are your notes. Lift thine eyes, everybody.
Lift thine eyes, lift thine eyes to the mountains, whence cometh help. Thy help cometh from the Lord.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Now, of course, we've gotten very used to hearing the Fieri Consort singing "Lift Thine Eyes," but it was that live performance that they did for us that we are singing along to and recording to with the concert. It's so lovely to hear the same singers trying it a different way, slightly faster, with wonderful phrasing. So sops and altos, if you're singing in "Lift Thine Eyes" as well as this, can I suggest between now and Saturday, watch this back, just this little bit, and sing that through a few times to kind of get used to the fact that this one will be slightly faster, and therefore your breathing is going to be in a couple of different places. But wow, I didn't think you could improve on the last one, but I really, really loved that performance. Well done, Fieri, thank you. So this moves us on, everybody, to number 29, He Watching Over Israel, Slumbers Not Nor Sleeps. And again, this is the relief after all that angst and all of that fear, and this is just the release of all of that. So as you sing this one, everybody, can I suggest to you, depending on how you're standing, hold your copies up and sing up into your room, into your space, wherever you are. Think of yourself at being at the bottom of a lovely dome and singing up into it. Okay, so your first note is there, sopranos. You've got a bar or so of Richard's playing, so let's enjoy He Watching Over Israel.
He watching over Israel, slumbers not nor sleeps.
He watching over Israel, slumbers not nor sleeps.
He watching slumbers not nor sleeps.
Slumbers
Slumbers not nor sleeps.
That was absolute heaven. Well done, Fieri, and Richard as well, and well done everybody at home. I hope that brought you the peace and the release that Mendelssohn meant it to. It's just so gorgeous. Everything is just sort of soothing. All of those lines descending. So clever. and so beautiful. I think we're back. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Total internet outage. That's the first time since March that's happened. That was bizarre. Ever so sorry. I think there must be, maybe somebody set a firework off somewhere up the road. But it does seem to be working. All right, so many apologies for that. That's fun. It was all going so beautifully as well. I looked down and just think that was sounding so lovely. And then everyone's going, it's frozen. Right, let's start that one again. Sorry about that, folks. I shall have words with my internet provider. Siri the other day, now internet. Can't get the staff. Okay, so let's do that one more time. Here are your notes. He that shall. This one's for real. That last one was just a practice. Right, everybody? So, he that shall endure to the end shall get internet. And...
He that shall endure to the end shall be saved. He that shall endure to the
We are, everybody. Wonderful stuff. I've never heard it sung with that level of emotion, that level of clarity. Amazing. Amazing. Well done, everybody. He that shall endure to the end shall indeed be saved. Okay, so let's move on. Let's sing number 34, please. Behold, God the Lord passed it by. And this should hopefully be a little bit more recent in the memory. We only learned it a couple of weeks ago. This is this amazing Hollywood moment. And although, obviously, Fieri are doing an amazing job, I'm listening to this and imagining and hearing you all singing along with these amazing lead tracks. Of course, when you start recording, you'll have Fieri singing, as if you have a Fieri singing singer next to you. You couldn't ask for any more. So let's sing this and look forward to the day when we can hear the full Self-Isolation Choir singing it as well. So everybody, behold God the Lord. Here we go.
Behold, God the Lord passeth by.
mighty wind,
the mountains
rent the mountains around,
pieces the
break in
rocks,
pieces the rocks, break them before the
break them
Lord,
before the
break them before the Lord.
the mighty wind,
The mighty wind,
the mountains
rent
around,
the mountains around,
break in pieces the
break
rocks,
in pieces the rocks, break them before the Lord, break them before the Lord.
But yet the Lord was not in the tempest.
Behold, the Lord passeth by,
And the sea was
and
upheaved,
the sea was
and
upheaved,
the earth was
and
shaken,
the earth was
and
shaken,
the sea was
and
upheaved,
the sea was upheaved, and the earth was shaken.
the sea was upheaved,
The sea was upheaved, and the earth was shaken.
the sea was upheaved,
The sea was upheaved, and the earth was
shaken.
shaken.
But yet the Lord was not in the earthquake.
And after the earthquake there came a fire, and after the earthquake there came a fire. The sea was upheaved, the earth was shaken,
And after the earthquake there came a fire. And after the earthquake there came a fire.
but yet the Lord was not, but yet the Lord was not in the fire, but yet the Lord was not in the fire, but yet the Lord was not in the fire, but yet the Lord was not in the fire.
And after the fire there came a still small voice. And in the still voice onward came the Lord. And in the still voice onward came the Lord. Came the Lord. Came the
And we're going to carry straight on, everybody. Over the page, please.
Above him stood the seraphim, and one cried to another, Holy is God the Lord, holy, holy.
We'll carry straight on. So ready, tenors and basses. Go return upon thy way. Ready? Okay, I need to get to know that one. I think I brought you off a little bit too soon. Ladies and gentlemen, sounding absolutely splendid. Now, we're not going to have the aria that follows tonight. I go on my way in the strength of the Lord. We will save that, of course, for Saturday. Okay, so how's everybody doing? Oh, wonderful. I do have to just take a moment. And I know some people are saying in the Holy, 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 it's hard to hear those individual lines. Absolutely, that's the way all of that texture is crafted. But we, of course, have got all of these parts recorded, and you can sing it with just your line, or you can sing it with your part louder. It's going to be, as I say, an incredible resource. And I don't want to lose sight of the fact that I think that is some of the most exquisite choral singing I've ever heard. That's amazing. Hannah, if you're still here, that is I think the best thing we've had from you so far. It's an amazing recording. That is remarkable. And you could use that as an encore for a concert, anywhere in the world, and people would give you a standing ovation. It is remarkable. Okay, fantastic, everybody. So Elijah has left the building. Well, he's about to. He's sung his last. We have to send him on his way. So can we please break out our fiery, fiery chariots, okay, and our fiery, fiery horses? I want to see the comments, please, light up very quickly with some nice fire and some nice chariots. Cheers. And then we'll have some fun. Okay. So then did Elijah the prophet. Here we go, folks. Enjoy.
Then did Elijah the prophet break forth like a fire. His words appeared like burning torches. His words appeared like burning torches. Like burning torches. Mighty kings by him were kings by him mighty kings by him were overthrown. Mighty kings were overthrown. He stood on the mountainside and heard the judgments of the future. And in horror his vengeance, his vengeance, his vengeance, and in horror his vengeance, the judgments of the future, and in horror his vengeance. And when the Lord was taken away to heaven, lo, there came a fiery chariot with fiery, fiery horses, and he went by a whirlwind to heaven. There came a fiery chariot with fiery, fiery horses, and he went by a whirlwind to heaven. And he went by a whirlwind to heaven. And he went by a whirlwind. He went by a whirlwind. He went by a whirlwind to heaven. 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 A whirlwind
some fantastic whirlwinds and fiery chariots in the comments. Well done, everybody. And again, what passion. Absolutely brilliant. There's a little touch that I noticed that the singers are doing. They went by a whirlwind, just made that really lovely and whooshy. Lovely, lovely touch. Brilliant singing. Okay, so everybody, we're doing really, really well. We have 3 more movements remaining, which is spot on for timing. So could everybody please turn to, let's get the right one, But the Lord, everybody, But the Lord. So this is But the Lord that goes straight into O come everyone that thirsteth, and then of course, and then shall your light will follow. So we'll run the next 2 into each other. So you want number 41 going into 42. Now if you're not going to sing in the quartet, and you don't have to, it's entirely optional, entirely up to you. Having said that, you can if you want to. If you're not going to sing, well then just enjoy the sound of our wonderful soloists. But if you want to sing with the soloists, well, do. And I really do challenge you to find another choir that would not just allow you to do that, but encourage you to do that. So everybody, let's enjoy But the Lord. Elijah has ascended, but we who are left behind have the rising of the sun. All right, so as we sing this, let's really visualize that sun rising and that sense of hope and optimism that Mendelssohn has laid out for us musically here. Okay, here is But the Lord.
But the Lord from the north hath raised one, who from the rising of his name shall call.
So everybody, if I could invite you, if you sat back down, stand up for this last one. This is And Then Shall Your Light. And this hopefully should be at least moderately fresh in your minds, because we only learned it on Monday and Tuesday of this week. And then this will be it for tonight. And in fact, for this stage of the course, we will sing everything through on Saturday with all of the solos. It's going to be an incredible evening. We'll very quickly talk more about that in a moment. Of course, please do watch out for your emails from Mark. That's absolutely vital. But everybody, please do join me and the wonderful Fieri Consort, and please give them all your love after this wonderful sing in the comments and on Twitter, and follow them on Patreon. Give them all the love and support that they deserve. They are magnificent. And Richard and Ashley and so on, they are absolutely amazing musicians, and we are immensely fortunate to have them working with us. So everybody, enjoy, And Then Shall Your Light.
And then shall your light break forth as the light of morning breaketh, and your health shall speedily spring forth then, and the glory of the Lord
Fieri need to watch. No, that's absolutely magnificent. Oh, don't worry, I'll practice that. Make sure I get the timing right on Sunday. Ladies and gentlemen of the Self-Isolation Choir and the Fieri Consort who are watching, and Ashley Riches if you're here, and Richard Gowers, what an astonishing achievement, and well done, everybody. And I'm not just talking to Fieri now, I'm talking to everyone who's been with us throughout this course. It's been an incredible achievement. What I love is that people who had heard of Elijah before, maybe sung it before, but hadn't necessarily done all of it, or had maybe thought it was a bit dry. I have emails and messages and tweets and people saying, you know, this is some of the best music I've ever heard, some of the best music I've ever sung. And to that I just say, fantastic. That's exactly what we wanted. That's how I felt about Elijah ever since I, as I said, first encountered it when I was 14, changed my life. I wouldn't be here conducting you now if it weren't for Mendelssohn's Elijah. So it's absolutely perfect for this particular time and this place, for all of us here. So well done, everybody. Now we're going to sing that again on Saturday all the way through. It's a 6:30 p.m. assemble, please. Okay, so choristers assemble at 6:30 p.m. on, that's UK time, please, here on this channel. We'll have a bit of a chat. I'm going to tell you a bit more about what's coming up after Elijah, of course, because this isn't the end. I mean, it's not a case of, well, bye, because we've got Christmas coming up and Mozart's Requiem. So I'm going to tell you all about Mozart's Requiem, which is going to be with me. And if you think I like Elijah, well, I adore Elijah. Mozart's Requiem is my favourite choral work ever written. So when Mark said he wanted to do all these requiems, I basically said to him, I'm having Mozart's Requiem. He said, I'm going to get Harry to... No, I'm doing Mozart. So we'll talk all about that on Saturday. Then we'll sing Elijah. It's going to be wonderful. Now, there will be an interval partway through. I'm going to discuss with Mark how long that'll be, but we'll put up a card on screen that says interval back in however long. So you'll have a chance in the middle of Elijah to just catch your breath, have a drink. We'll aim for about 20 minutes or so, long enough to just go and let that first half go, and then come back ready to sing the second half. Okay, so that's 7 p.m. we start, 6:30 p.m. GMT, please, here on the channel. I should imagine we'll be done by about 20 past, 9:30 UK time on Saturday, for those of you that have got places to be. Otherwise, well, look, you please take care, everybody. If we're in Lift Thine Eyes, I'll see you tomorrow, because we have some more gorgeous music to sing. But those of you who are Elijahans, and you're not in Lift Thine Eyes, rest your voices tomorrow, please, so that you've got some voice for Saturday. Can we finish today by just thanking everybody who's been behind the scenes on this project? I don't want it to turn too much of the Oscars on Saturday, so I'll say a lot of the thank yous now to Mark Strawn, obviously, without whom we wouldn't all be here. All hail Mark. Thank you, sir. Huge thank you to Mark Cease for all of the support, getting the website, the graphics, setting up the links, huge amount of behind the scenes work, and also, of course, wielding the troll hammer for Mark. That was a brilliant, brilliant job he did. Thank you to Mark. Can we thank, of course, Fieri, who are here. Absolutely wonderful job. Thank you, Hannah, who's their manager. Thank you, Josh, of course, for his amazing mixing work. Thank you to Richard Gowers. Thank you to Matt Norris, who was the recording engineer for the original session with Ashley. Am I forgetting people? Thank you to Jiating Cheng, who's played the cello part for us for Saturday. We can't wait to hear that. And everybody who's been supporting all of us behind the scenes. So it is an immense privilege to say, I think we're ready to have a sing through on Saturday. I don't think we're ready to necessarily perform it in public, but we can certainly sing and enjoy it on Saturday. And then the fun of recording can start, and already looking forward to hearing you sing all of that next year. So everybody have a great evening tonight. Whatever you've got planned, I hope it goes really well. See you tomorrow for Lift Thine Eyes, and of course Saturday for this magnificent work. So take care, everybody, and have a great evening. Bye-bye.